What's up, it's Andre, and I wanted to talk today about Power Rangers Dino Fury. It's the brand new season of Power Rangers that just premiered. I watched the first episode, so let's get into it. The Power Rangers team are usually in settings like schools or dojos or museums or space. But this time, they hit a little close to home. Amelia, who eventually becomes the Pink Ranger, works at this place called BuzzBlast, and it's basically like a social media blog / video site. Pretty much BuzzFeed meets YouTube. And the whole time they were showing off this scene, I was like, that experience of making content, top 10 lists and trending content, video review and unboxing, like and subscribe. And I was just like, this is my life. And it also reminded me how I'm like not relevant because they had this girl making slime and this other girl being like, I got glow in the dark lipstick. And then to top everything off, Amelia's whole thing is that she loves paranormal activity and ghost stories and she wants to investigate that. But her boss at BuzzBlast is like, nah, you got to do the stuff that's trendy and popular. Don't talk about the thing that you're actually interested in. Talk about the thing that's trending. But self-depression aside, it is an actually cool scenario. I know it's going to sound weird because Power Rangers, of course, is current, but this made Power Rangers, I feel, recently be like the most current. Emphasize there's a social media site that made me go, okay, Power Rangers, they're with the times, they're with it, they know what the kids are into. BuzzBlast gives Amelia a chance to work on a story that she would be more interested in. There's a place called Dino Hinge where they have these giant dinosaur statues out in the woods and they want her to go check it out. Along the way, she tries to look for ghosts. She even has like a Ghostbusters type trap. So if you're still waiting for Ghostbusters Afterlife to come out, here's your Ghostbusters equivalent for the time being. Has there ever been like a ghost series, like a Power Rangers like paranormal season? They should do that. Power Rangers Ghost Force. She shoots a net and shocks someone that she thinks is a ghost, but it ends up actually being another person, Ollie. Ollie's mom is checking out Dinohenge and he was on his way when she trapped him up and knocked him out and he appreciated it. And their banter was actually nice. Kind of like they did a little bit of like a, I don't know you, you just trapped me in a net, so I don't hate you, but be a little snippy to you. And I kind of like that. I was like, all right, personality. It's nice to see when that extra depth is added. Amelia and Ollie go together to meet Ollie's mom, Dr. Akana, who's checking out Dinohenge. She's trying to do some tests, but a like park ranger or warden pops up and is like, you got to get out of here. I told y'all. And then he looks at Amelia like, and I definitely told you not to be around here. So Ollie was like, oh, Amelia, you got some history with this warden? She's like, yeah, you know, I've been stopped a few times. Like I said, Dinohenge has all these statues of dinosaurs all around. And the reason why Dr. Akana is checking out the area because there is this myth that there is a secret chamber underneath the dinosaur statues. So she's trying to see if she can find it. Amelia and Ollie stay behind and they have this kind of deep conversation, at least deep for Power Rangers level, because Amelia really believes ghosts are real. Ollie does not, because Ollie is all about science. And if it can't be proven with science, it can't be real. Just kind of nice to see two upcoming Power Rangers kind of having a little back and forth. And I don't know, maybe I'm just speculating, but I sense a little meet cute with these two as they work together. Are they gonna be like, But no time for that because the villain shows up. Void Knight, giant evil knight, just pops up out of nowhere and he finds a chamber right away. It's kind of weird to have a hidden chamber underneath a bunch of dinosaur statues. You kind of basically pointing a giant arrow saying it's right here. He goes underneath the chamber. Amelia and Ollie follow. And the reason why Void Knight is down there is because he finds some energy source that he's been looking for. And then he gets stopped by a talking dinosaur. No, seriously, like a talking cyborg dinosaur is in the chamber, and the talking dinosaur has a red Power Ranger in a tube. Seems to be doing some kind of work to bring the Power Ranger back to life or out of sleep state. And then goes to Void Knight. It's like, you need to go. And it just kind of messed with my mind because I've actually been rewatching Dinosaurs because they added dinosaurs to Disney Plus. And so the whole time that this dinosaur is there, I just can't help but be like, are you one of the Sinclairs? Now I just need BP Richfield to show up. Power Rangers, get in here now. Not the Rangers, not the Rangers. I'll stop. Amelia and Ollie try to stop Void Knight. Ollie even grabs a sword that he sees nearby to try to fight him. The dinosaur throws a key at the Rangers, but Void Knight's like, nope. Like, you don't throw a thing to give to your heroes right in front of the villain when he's in the way. Like, you got to maneuver around, get some football plays in this, all right? But no, he just grabs it right out of the air, goes, thank you. And with the key that he grabbed, he was able to turn these knights that were supposed to be on the side of the heroes to now be his minions. So now they're gonna probably be like the putties of this season. So they come to life, attack Amelia and Ollie. They grab some other swords, start attacking back. And then we got some other keys that get thrown that this time makes it through. I'm surprised you did that move twice. But this time, Amelia and Ollie capture the keys, powers are aligned, and they become Power Rangers, the pink and blue Rangers specifically. And they get into a big fight, start attacking, some quips were made, some one-liners, and while they're fighting, the Red Ranger, who's been in this sleep state, now comes out of the sleep state and joins in the fight as well. So now we got our first 3 Power Rangers working together, fighting against the Void Knight. But unfortunately, during the battle, the energy source that Void Knight was looking for, which are these things called Sporix, glowy pink, glowy things, then there's a bunch of them inside of a giant container, that gets hit and they all get released, one of them landing nearby, turning into a monster. So that's what happens with these things. It's basically like Gremlins. You get like a little egg thing that glows, gives a little bit of time, it opens up, a monster comes out, and then if that monster continues to evolve, it eventually gets big. The Rangers now have to go out there and find all these Sporix eggs before they start hatching. So I'm guessing that's how we're gonna get our monsters every episode, is that one of these things is gonna hatch, turn into some kind of monster, and they have to stop and attack. And then I guess eventually we're gonna get more Rangers along the way as well. And that's when we get to meet our Red Ranger, Zayto, who happens to be an alien. Even got little antennas right here. Like you got, it looked like a cool black haircut, but it's actually antenna. I was like, man, where you get them waves? He also shows that he has this power to read minds. He can like touch your hand and then can read your mind. So, oh, hold up. Homegirl from Guardians, Mantis, she was able to touch you and like feel your emotion. And so now Zayto can touch people and read their minds. Are they related? Are Power Rangers part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? One of the things I really liked during the whole fighting sequence is I actually like the music, because the Power Rangers music for the last couple seasons have been feeling kind of similar. Some of the background music even is like the exact same. So I kind of like that this one kind of had a little bit of a techno electronic sound to it. It was a little bit of a change, and particularly in the fighting scenes, I noticed it of like, oh, this actually sounds kind of neat. Gives a little bit different feel to it. Some of the dialogue that the characters have put in this, I was like, okay, this feels a little bit different. Like it's going a different angle, even though it kind of has the same look. At least I feel like there's some slight changes to be like, this is our season. This is us. This is Dino Fury. Also, we got knights on dinosaurs. Who else got that? So Zayto tells us this whole backstory about how years ago, several years ago, 65 million years ago, his planet was attacked by these Sporix eggs that turned into monsters and creatures and destroyed their planet. And this part was really cool. Like, I really liked how this looked. I love the epic music that was playing in the background, the special effects, the part where it's like dark and red to show you that there was destruction on their planet felt so unique, so different. So this is Dino Fury. This obviously was a flashback, so that's probably why I got this vibe. But if we can get more of that, even in the present day stuff, that would be really awesome. His planet was destroyed. They went to Earth to try to mess that planet up. So he was like, nah, you can't do that again. So he and his team of knights at the time, with the help of dinosaurs, they literally got dinosaurs running around. They even have a shot of a knight on top of a dinosaur riding and attacking. Look, that's awesome. I don't care, kid show, adult show, movie, television show. That is a freaking awesome thing to see. The Morphin Masters just show up out of nowhere as like, hey, we like what y'all doing. Let's help you out. That's when they get the actual Power Ranger power. So the dinosaurs that they were hanging out with got turned into statues, and then the power from the statues hit the knights and they became Rangers. I don't know if the dinosaurs signed up for this. Didn't seem like they had much of a choice. They were like, we were living and now we're statues. Thanks, Morphin Masters. I guess they make them Power Rangers now. Didn't know that we had to die and turn into statues as a result of it. But hey, wouldn't it be crazy if those statues opened up and the dinosaurs come back and then that's all connected to the dinosaurs that showed up in Dino Supercharged? Actually, probably nobody wants that. I'm sorry. But this is what got me. I love this part. Amelia and Ollie were like, oh, that's cool. You won. And he was like, well, this is not one of those victories that you celebrate because I made it, but the rest of my team was lost. Now, lost usually could mean like, oh, where'd they go? I can't find them. I'm thinking lost means like, it's like, oh, you this. If that's the version of lost we're going with here, good job. Like I give you props on that to be like, I lost my team. Like they died. Like they dead. And I'm the only one that survived. And then they froze me just in case these monsters came back. And since they back now, so am I. Oh, and by the way, my partner is a cyborg dinosaur. Solanosaurus or something like that. Solana, whatever. And then he looks at Amelia Ollie like, now that you two are Power Rangers, we got to get that training on. Let's go. We didn't get a lot of Zayto, but I'm liking him already. You know, the brother from another planet. He has this stoic presence to him when he was talking. I like the delivery of his dialogue. I'm hoping that they are able to play around with this, where this is a dude that's been frozen for 65 million years. Like, he don't know the world. So you got to do some fish out of water stuff. I know it's cheesy. I know it's cliche, but it's Power Rangers. You kind of have to do it. Come on. If there's one complaint I have about this show, honestly, it's the theme song. I like the music of it. I like the style of it. That electronic music is working for me for Power Rangers. Kind of gives a little bit of update flair, but it's so short. It's so short. Beast Morpher's theme song was short too, but at least we got that. For justice we fight with Beast Morph and light. Together we rise, you know? But this one is all like, evolution, revolution, Power Rangers rise. Go, go, Power Rangers. Bye. You know, it's like, what? That's it? Maybe it'll get longer when they add the other Rangers. I don't know. Hoping that it gets a little bit longer. We get some extra lyrics because I like the style of it. I just want more lyrics. I mean, like, say what you want about Ninja Steel, but you remember that song, right? And then Dino Charge was amazing, man. Hell, Hyperforce had a longer theme song than the Power Rangers. Dino Fury. I know that you're trying to save some time to get more footage or more commercials in your 30-minute slot, but I will take a little bit of show snipped away. I will take one less piece of Sentai footage or one piece less of American footage, or New Zealand footage, I should say. If you just, you know, stretch that theme song out a little bit more, just a little bit. So overall, I really enjoyed this episode. There are some elements that feel like the Power Rangers season that we've seen before, but they definitely are incorporating some newer things with some of their storytelling, some of their dialogue, some of their backstory. I love the whole sequence with Zayto and his backstory and showing that whole sequence of the knights fighting and the dinosaurs and then turning into the Power Rangers and then showing that there was some loss of that battle. I thought all that was great. So while it still has the same vibe of a Saturday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning television show that airs on Nickelodeon on Saturdays, that's the show that it is. But for that being the show that it is, I like that they're trying to beef it up a little bit, make it a little bit interesting. So that way, if you're someone who's maybe a little bit older than the demographic that the show is tailored to, that you might still be able to get something out of it as well. And referencing things like the Morphin Masters, that's also cool as well. Definitely intrigued to see what the future episodes are. I don't know if I'll recap every episode, so don't ask me 50 billion times. But if I see something interesting happen with this show and I got the time, I'll definitely talk about it with you because I'm always interested to see what the future is of the Power Rangers franchise, especially now that it is under the complete control of the Hasbro overlords. Let me know what you think of Power Rangers Dino Fury. Did you like this first episode? Are you excited for Power Rangers, or have you just not watched Power Rangers in a long time and didn't even know it was still going on? Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up because liking my videos definitely helps me out. If you are new here and enjoyed this, then hopefully you will subscribe and check out future videos or past videos that I've done because I love to geek out over stuff that interests me. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. Go, go Power Rangers.